During the drill, there were 7 different patients with 7 different injuries. So responders had to figure out who could be treated on the scene and who was most critical. The city hasn't changed its stance on the issue because they're waiting on the courts to give a definite answer if these machines are legal. The family says they'll keep casting and they'll keep fishing in these waters, but the one thing you won't see them doing is swimming. That'd be crazy. His behavior while he's in DJJ custody will ultimately reveal how long the child will stay in the custody of DJJ. Man, those birds really are angry. You know, just about 15, 20 years ago, having a phone, a computer, and a TV right at the palm of your hand would have been a miracle. But a Coastal Carolina University expert says the way we use our phones today is more like an addiction. Gotta get 3 stars. At times he said he didn't write the threat, but at other times he told police he did. Either way, the note police say he left had a detailed description of what may occur. Sarah Brain was just ready to catch her first fish and have it recorded for everyone to see.
My stepdad had been catching drum all day, so, you know, I was like, okay, well, let me catch one.
But little did she know something wanted her fish a lot more than she did. As you can tell, the family wasn't at a loss for words to describe their encounter. But those words were warranted because Tuesday a bull shark about 5 foot long and 200+ pounds jumped out of the Cherry Grove Inlet and shocked them all.
I was actually kind of scared because I seen it jump and I was like, oh my gosh, it could jump up here and get me because the tide was all the way up and it was probably 3 feet below me.
It's still hard to believe that it actually happened, you know, and we watch the video over and over and over again, and it's still, you know, we're still intense watching all these poles out here, you know, just waiting on something else miraculous like that to happen.
First time we ever had laid eyes on him. We didn't know it was there.
But the family believes the shark that gave them a close encounter is still lurking underneath the water. The family says they'll keep casting and they'll keep fishing in these waters, but the one thing you won't see them doing is swimming. That'd be crazy.
You couldn't throw me in if you had to. It'd be like a cat in a bucket. You can't get him in now.
And the story doesn't stop here because they caught the shark again to get a closer look.
We actually used the boat to try to follow him, so he's exciting, you know.
And as the men chased down the shark in a 10-foot flats boat, they realized one thing.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
We need a bigger boat and a bigger net. We didn't have anything to put him in if we even got him up to the boat. I wanted to put my hands on him, touch him, and then let him go.
And while they didn't touch it, they still have a story to tell. But unlike most fish tales, this one has proof. In Cherry Grove, Ryan Naquin, News Channel 15. The teen's been charged with conveying false information regarding the attempted use of a destructive device. During his police interview, at times he said he didn't write the threat, but at other times he told police he did. Either way, the note police say he left had a detailed description of what may occur. There's a bomb in the building, set to detonate at 1:45. Evacuate now or kids will die. That's what a note found at Myrtle Beach High School said would happen Wednesday afternoon.
Once I received that note, I notified administration.
During a hearing Friday, the school's resource officer testified why he believed a 15-year-old was the perpetrator.
The juvenile offender asked him to bring the note to me.
Detective Stephen Clothier interviewed the young man before his arrest. He says the suspect gave at least 7 different accounts of what happened.
He said he didn't know who was talking, but he had overheard somebody that was relaying a bomb threat. Then he stated that he found the note in the A hall stairwell. Another version was that an unknown person, this time he sees a note that's all folded up.
But surveillance video contradicted the teen's story. His final statement gave the impression someone was threatening him.
And I asked him once again that if someone was bothering him, he decided to turn in the bomb threat so you could get out of school and that you could be safe from this person. And he replied, yes, sir.
Clothier and Clark both told the judge the teen was not a threat and could be returned home. But Judge Ronald Norton decided to do the opposite because he said of the severity of the case.
I do believe that it is appropriate to have him detained at this time, and y'all can determine for the future hearings.
The teen's next hearing is scheduled for the 28th. At that hearing, he can ask for a jury trial or plead guilty. The city hasn't changed its stance on the issue because they're waiting on the courts to give a definite answer if these machines are legal. Now, police took 21 gaming machines in cash from the 5-star Internet Cafe sweepstakes in Myrtle Beach yesterday. That's as the city continues to issue business licenses to the sweepstakes parlors. They're licensed as arcades. A city spokesman says it's out of the scope of responsibility of the city employees who issue the licenses to determine if the machines are illegal or not. He said that decision is up to the courts. And Myrtle Beach police say it was a state police raid. They were just the assisting agency. Now, when the courts make a decision of the legality of these machines, the city says it will act accordingly. The city spokesman also said the business owners know the risk that is involved with the sweepstakes businesses and the possibility it could be shut down. Now, Myrtle Beach Police Captain David Knipes did tell me that police were about to raid another sweepstakes business yesterday, but before they got there, the business closed down for the day. And he says he does expect more police raids in the near future. Reporting live in Myrtle Beach, Ryan Naquin, News Channel 15. Tim and Allison, back to you.